and if Furion has enough range, but I really feel like this Batrider pick is going to prove to be an incredible issue for the lads on CYBERCATS.
Okay, we'll see. I mean, the team fights are going to be difficult, right? Because if you just lasso someone and hold them in place for Dahak to be able to hit, for the Zeus to be able to get off the Thunder Gods, the Nimbus, blah, 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 you're going to have the Solar Guardian there for that turnaround potential. And it's not like they have any... I guess they have the Tiny. I was about to say they don't have any immediate follow-up for that sort of situation. But if you're dragging him towards and away from the Solar Guardian, maybe you drag him a little bit too close to the Nature's Prophet, and that's where you get that Winter's Curse off. That's where you can actually turn around this team fight in its entirety.
We'll see how this second game is able to pan out. CYBERCATS one game away of knocking BetBoom out of the qualifiers and moving on to the lower bracket semi-finals. They're going to face the winner of Navi against Namiga, and Navi, they are up one game as well in that series.
That's the merged organization, Namiga.
Let's go. Dahak? Uh-oh, not a good position for the Nature's Prophet to be in, and with Phasor, movement speed slow will come out. An easy way to close the distance as Igor finds first blood. Sights you love to see for position 2. Oh, they block the Ancients as well.
Cheeky.
30 seconds to battle.
Don't you love 24% movement speed slow at level 1 on the Celestial Hammer plus all that damage?
What do you mean? There's nothing wrong with this ability.
I feel like if they just reduced its cast range, it would be okay. At level 1. Like, make the scaling up a little bit more devastating.
No. This ability doesn't even have to be nerfed. What are you saying? Come on
700
now,
cast range level 1, thanks.
Come on now. Thornbreaker, nothing wrong at all. There's gonna be a lot of damage out of Gilgar and Suneko. Shigetsu, can they get this kill actually? Battery Salt still got half duration left, and it looks like they might be able to. Alrighty. The boys ain't there. The lads are gone.
He needs to be there.
Lads.
Dahak has once again switched up the lanes, really wanting to lane into this Razor. Not sure how super confident I am in that, but we'll see. We'll see how it ends up going. Again, it's really going to be dependent on who hits that level 2 quicker.
Just an instant toss.
Yeah, you may as well use the mana, right?
I suppose. I think this is much different from playing it in the other lane, though. Like I mentioned, Nature's Prophet, you're pretty happy with laning into a Razor. The issue is, though, is that it's a Nature's Prophet in the off lane, and you do not have... the Razor's going to have the full length of the lane to be able to chase down the Nature's Prophet, whereas if you're in the off lane, you don't have that capability, and you also have a Marcy anyway. So this could be pretty scary for Dahak.
Could be, for sure. I mean, it really depends on what they're doing. Like, Gilgir right now is doing the exact thing that you need to do. Make sure he's pulling behind the wave. This is probably something that Dahak, I don't want to say he learned it from Tundra, but this is Tundra's MO. This is what they do every single game that they're playing on Dire if they get the opportunity to. Look to try and reset the equilibrium, farm super safely behind the tower when they're in a difficult lane, but not doing it quite perfectly. The tower ended up clearing out a couple of those creeps, which means it's just going to push back up into CYBERCATS' favor.
Gilgar is...
Oh, yeah.
Ooh. Not... What? Alright, well, it's going to reveal there's a ward up there. But Shigetsu should be able to get a decent amount of damage into the Tiny. Is he losing creeps, though? One creep's going to be lost. Did he miss one?
Don't think so.
Love to see it. Alright, how are the other lanes looking at the moment? Mid, nothing crazy. Igor and Lyle. We're really going to be looking at the level 6s, though. Lyle for his impact into the side lanes, and Igor as well from being able to help out with the TP rotation on some of the power runes as well. Oh no, not the water rune denied by Treant.
Alright, so I think I cracked the code as to why CYBERCATS won that game 1.
Oh god, let's hear it.
Alright, so in the lobby, I had a look at what these players' pub names were. And it really gives you a bit of a magnifying glass into the mental state. So it was all positive vibes on CYBERCATS' side. I'll hold off for a second as Gilgir might be getting a toss back onto H2O. Doesn't seem like it. So basically, Igor, his name, Big Boss Shigetsu. So big positive vibes. Wanting to amp up his teammate. but it wasn't quite so positive on the side of BetBoom. Gilgear's name was Yatoro God MMR Donor. Very negative. Not a very nice boy. Very toxic. And Noticed was Bot Major. So I wonder if that's in reference to Force Major that's suddenly not playing with them, or if it's just a little bit of lighthearted banter. In any case, it's not the same as saying
Bottom lane.
Big Boss Shigetsu.
Oh, easy TP up. He's, I'm pretty sure he's been bot major for a little bit of time. There you got a big kill onto Notice top lane. All right, DK Focus and Phasal in combination together. Beautifully done.
Dire structures are fortified.
I think I've seen the bot major name a couple of times. Wait, he did play yesterday as well, so my man's probably he's got stuff on today.
Oh, there's 2 bounty runes here.
Where are we looking? On top.
Large just took both. Igor should be able to secure at least one of the water runes this time. No tree in place to be able to disrupt that.
Go bottom.
He's just gonna walk on back. Nah, it's fine.
The nice thing about watching all the replays for the major, I'm seeing that the voice line meta. There are teams that favor more voice lines over the other. Don't ask me to say what, because I don't remember.
I just want to know what the meta is in your mind.
No, it's the Hawk. Have they got the stun still? The Hawk, TP still on cooldown. Giga's gonna toss him under the tower. Look at the tree blocks
Body
as well.
blocks.
Oh, that's perfect from the Hawk, but Shigetsu's gonna stand his ground and look to get the kill instead, but he's got the movement speed. H2O would jump on forward, but they'll both die. Oh no, Shigetsu gets the courier. He will end up falling. That's a bit of a refresh in the resources. Top lane, Noticed he's playing his distance away from Phogos. A beautiful flame break back into the Firefly. Phasor almost ticks out as well, but both position 3s will be expended.
This is what we come to expect from the Eastern European, though. A little bit more aggressive than what we saw at the start of that game number 1. Immediately, though, Gilgear is going to be in a bit of a rough spot. Doesn't have the mana to be able to get off that avalanche, and probably will end up going down here. Oh, no, he's got the movement speed.
Dude. Oh my lord. For some, no, not the tower. Okay. For some reason, the Centaur Conqueror is just bloody blocking Shigetsu. I thought he wasn't going to close the distance there, but he gets a kill in the end. Nothing crazy going on. Top lane, Seneko. We got Thunder Gods. We do have Thunder Gods, but Seneko hasn't brought anyone down low enough to be able to utilize that ultimate.
Do have those Tranquil Boots finished up there by Notice, though, so going to enable him to stay in this lane a little bit more frequently, go for some of those individual dives. 5 as well. Big damage ramp up with that sticky napalm. Level 1 feels so useless, so I was a little bit surprised that he opted to try and go for that kill previously and ended up dying to the
River Eagle
breaker combo.
Double Remnants, but he can utilize all the mana because he just picked up a regen rune. Meanwhile, bottom lane, they scout out the Shigetsu solo. The support's putting the emphasis on moving towards the power runes, but H2 is instantly down to bottom, and what a goddamn hero. Meanwhile, DK Phogos as well. He's able to survive the deep tower dive, gets the kill. It will, of course, come at a cost, though. Zeus utilizing the Thunder God's Wrath, being able to bring Kim down. So the first ultimate of the game for the Zeus, but this is big. You're slowing him down. What's going on?
They messed up the bottle refill as well, so Lyle had it in the backpack, moved it in, was on cooldown, Seneko TP'd in, didn't get the refill. So, yeah, things not going super ideally for BetBoom to begin this game.
The Hawk again. Dude, oh my, this hero. He just closed the distance so fast, but the avalanche, just enough from Gilgear. Beautiful spell casting, hit onto multiple heroes, and that was just enough to offset some of the damage.
Do you see why I like this hero combination now?
Oh, I know.
Do you see why I never shut up about it?
I never doubted this combo. I know it's dumb. Just see how far he just jumped in though. Like, yeah.
Yep.
Cool hero.
Yeah, I'm aware.
Whee! He just jumps in the middle. There's nothing they can do about it. This guy's crazy.
Any hero that, like, literally your supports all 3 skills synergize perfectly with what you want to do is just busted.
Our toolkit's broken. Toolkit and the values of the toolkit as well. Like, rebound having, what, 45% movement speed at one level for 5 seconds. Yeah, that's the values we're speaking about. Just the numbers are too good and the concept of what the hero does. But
good backstab here by Gilgear.
Perfectly done. It's able to position to phase off. They looks like the rest of the team from CYBERCATS are putting the importance on trying to take away the stack in the jungle. Eagle will also get Illusion Rune, or being around the top side.
I wonder how much more they're going to lean into Gilgear getting the Blink Dagger this game. Because they do have a little bit of pick-off with the Bat Rider and with the Clockwork, so maybe it's not quite as necessary, but it can never be a bad thing, right? I feel like Clock is probably...
This is incredibly deep, and the instant use of the lasso to cancel out DK Focus's swash, and now Tahak's even going to look to TP in as well, but the rotation... Igor's going to look to make his way top lane to provide some assistance, but I don't know if the Emperor can do it himself. The Hawk's going to look for a TPR. H2O can't get in range for the dispose, but it looks like they should be able to get a consolation prize in Seneco's life.
It was very optimistic using that Solar Guardian there as well when he's inside of the Battery Assault Cogs combo. But it's a little unfortunate that they're not able to convert onto the Nature's Prophet, of course. And this time around to Hawk, he's going into the Midas. He wants to be able to play for that later stages of the game. Obviously, the laning stage didn't go too well for him. Already 1,000 net worth behind this Razor.
Do you feel like, because it seems like the read for Hawk is maybe that he believes he can outscale CYBERCATS. Are you in agreement with that? Or is it maybe something that he's just going to look to find like a 3-item timing a little bit faster than CYBERCATS?
Really don't think he can outscale them, to be honest. I feel like you're in a position with these support duos that you're going to be in a position where Prophet's not free to just stand there and right-click. You can dispose out of the Sprout. You can curse him when he's trying to BKB and right-click you. He doesn't want to go a Lincoln Sphere. So I feel like your core's job, like in a vacuum, Prophet might be able to outcarry the others, but this isn't a one-to-one game.
It does seem like really the only hero on BetBoom having a good time is Lyle at the moment. 30 net worth. The big reason why they have this 2,000 net worth lead is all the cores on CYBERCATS being able to find their farm. So we'll see what they're able to do with Lyle. They do kind of have some difficulty with getting up to the Zeus. I mean, this Heavenly Jump is a crazy ability. I think it's going to be really important, though, from BetBoom to always show numbers to be able to defend this T1 tower. Because if you are going down this Midas route on the Furion, then you are going to need as much as your jungle as you can possibly get to farm for at least the early game.
Yeah, to me, it really feels like the time where they're actually going to be able to go onto the Zeus is once you get a few more points into that Searing Chains. Because by that stage, there's no... Unless the Tiny's in the perfect spot, there's no relocation for the Zeus. You can't Heavenly Jump away if you've got that Searing Chains onto you.
I believe... I think Radiant scanned... Yeah, they scanned to their tree line, so they know that Gilgear wrapped all the way around. It was a really cool read. It almost paid off. Multiple heroes TPing down. It looks like somehow BetBoom were able to catch a whiff of that. So they will get out of harm's way. Meanwhile, they're hunting top, but... Notice is still quite some time away from the Blink Dagger. I haven't seen them put a lot of emphasis on stacking the Ancients. In fact, I have seen Tahak even farming it as well. So it's going to be a bit of time till they really get that Blink online for Noticed. Oopsies. Zeus. He's going to be cut off with a secret shot. Yeah, Igor and H2 and DK focus to the last second with the Solar Guardian as well. That was the Unleash, the first usage of the game. And they're going to connect to Shigetsu as well as Igor. It's actually getting aggressive. Now, he doesn't have too much in mana to play with. They do have to respect the rotations coming out. H2O is going to jump to Tahak and try and take the Nature's Prophet out of the equation, but it's not enough. As notice, he just flies over. Gets the damage required to kill off the position 2 onto CYBERCATS, and they're still diving incredibly deep. She gets it with the damage stolen up to 68, so they'll get the kill onto Notice's Bat Rider. But the respawns are starting to come out. Lol, back in the equation. A Thunder God's Wrath, not enough to get the kill. Another curse. It buys some valuable seconds for the lads on CYBERCATS to be able to reposition. They'll sacrifice DK Fogos, but multiple members on CYBERCATS will make it out. Oh, actually, maybe not H2O. As the Hawk's going to be able to TP in the Sprout. Not even required as Gilgear can get the combo out. But they got to be cautious, though. Another person wandering a little bit too mindlessly inside the jungle as Shigetsu up to a dominating streak in our second game.
Yeah, just give him way too much gold over Shigetsu. Like, you can't allow this guy to just continue to farm, get these free pickoffs. That was a kill onto the Tiny that, again, we don't want another game where Gilgear is getting this 23-minute Blink Dagger. Like, honestly, even like 18 minutes is too late, to be honest, and it feels like that's going to be the best case scenario for himself.
Radiant structures are fortified.
Popping the glyph, really wanting to put a little bit more pressure onto this tower, protecting the siege creep. Phasor in position as well to be able to connect through, but they see the Tiny TPing in. Ping's starting to come out. No point in the Cold Embrace to assist with this push, though.
Very close to getting the kill. Drop the double remnant for it. Eagles, he's got no remnants now. Just chilling. They do see Notice top. Do you think they can make a play? A couple of heroes TP'd bottom. Do they have room maybe to quickly smoke the top, or are you chilling at the moment for CYBERCATS?
I think you're fine to just wait. Like, there's nothing really dire about needing to take him out. Razor still 800 or so gold away from that BKB, so I think the next attempt that you make, it needs to convert into an objective. It's going to be around that mid lane.
You're about to have a BKB as well, and Shigetsu. Oh, notice. There we go. There's the blink. The Solar Guardian's at the ready, though. The bonus health is not enough. They bring down Eagle, but they got to make sure they don't clump up as Phasor looking to enter the fight with the Winter's Curse. But BetBoom, they're doing an incredible job to play their distance, but unfortunately, H2O, he will go down to the last tower right-click. So an incredible reveal of the Blink Dagger from Noticed.
Very, very nicely done. Getting the most important hero in my eyes as well. Delaying out that Maelstrom timing, meaning that you don't have as easy of a way to be able to address Dahak if he does decide to go down this split push route. You can see just wanting to hold on to all that gold. Really wants to be able to pick up that Aghanim Shard for himself as quickly as possible.
Radiant's bottom tower has fallen.
See... BetBoom at the moment just content with still getting their farm though. I mean, you got the ultimates on cooldown, so the Hawk really hasn't left this triangle. He's second in net worth though, so he's starting to catch back up. Levels are a bit of an issue at the moment for the Nature's Prophet.
Radiant's bottom tower is under attack.
I mean, Gilgear's still continuing to roam around, I suppose, just wanting to secure that bounty rune. I love the fact that it seems like they've given him a lot more of this farming space this time around. He's going to be able to not claim the full creep wave, but he's been stacking for himself. He's been claiming his own creeps. I like this a whole lot more because it's going to enable them to get those great pickoffs onto people like the Ember Spirit.
You have to be worried though that CYBERCATS are soon ready to fight. BKB on Shigetsu, Maelstrom completed onto Igor, and you are one component away from the BKB on DK Fergus as well, so... CYBERCATS, they're going to have a big window to be able to succeed in this next fight. Look at that from Dahak, though. It's a very interesting ward that's going to be placed kind of behind the tier 1 tower. I mean, this is telling me that they're looking to gear up for an eventual push, or maybe even set up to get a pick off by the triangle.
I think it's all about killing the Wyvern. Kill the Wyvern to start these team fights, take the mid tower, take their Ancients. They know by the movements that aren't happening by CYBERCATS that Dahak has free reign to be able to play around this area. And honestly, there's no reason to
They see him with the ward by the river. Notice that Gen's able to get the lasso off before the last swipe. Oh, beautiful taunt from Phasor. Gets the Zeus as well. Now instantly, Igor's going to remnant into the middle. The Zeus at least is able to get a bunch of abilities off before he dies, so that'll secure the kill onto DK Fergus, but in the end, it is a 2-for-1, and CYBERCATS, they will take that trade.
And you hit the important timings as well. Maelstrom now for the Ember, Blink Dagger for the Winter Wyvern. Honestly, Phazor's positioning has been perfect so far to be able to get off a lot of these curses. He hasn't had that additional tool to be able to play around with, and now he's got it. So he could just play super far onto the backlines that it feels like Dahak is going to need to go like a really... I don't think Orchid's an unorthodox item for the Nature's Prophet, but these days it kind of is, because it doesn't give you that intelligence anymore. And that's what you really need to be able to truly scale as this int carry.
Yeah, I see it very rarely, like maybe 1 out of 10 games, if that. It's...
kind of feels like this is the one to me.
Yeah, you're going to need some way to really deal with the Winter Wyvern. There's always going to be this big issue with the counter initiation. We are seeing H2O be chased down. Yogi with the blink. No one else is going to be in toss range. Oh, notice he tried to blink in, but Gilgir was not patient enough. Maybe the communication wasn't there instead, so that's a pretty big reveal, and they don't get anything out of it. Now Raiden can play accordingly.
Oh, a Quicksilver Amulet picked up by the Dire. It's probably one of the things that Batrider loves to play around the most. So it gives them just so much more of that map movement. Still going to continue holding on to the Windlace, going into the drums. Yep, loving this build from Noticed.
Do it with flair.
Dahak's on... They see Dahak. Hang on, Dahak? He tried to kill the courier. I'm not sure if they scouted out his inventory, though. Anymore, Phasor going to go down mid lane, so... And they get the jump in as well from the Batrider. Targeting Igor. The burst, it's going to be enough before the Solar Guardian. The reactions come out from CYBERCATS, and Gilgir's in as well with the combo. As BetBoom swarm underneath the tier 1 tower. They get 4 heroes. No remorse coming out from the lads on Dire. Beautiful team fight.
I've been complimenting his position all early game, but Phasor, what the heck were you doing? He was standing inside the river when the enemy's tier 1 tower is still alive and you didn't have the vision control of the area. That seems like a very odd choice for him to just get caught out like that, and that's the reason they lost the team fight. If they have the curse, that doesn't happen.
It was also just a little bit of distraction gaming away from Dahak. They saw him trying to kill the Couriers. 2 heroes started to move to him, and instead of posturing aggressively around the mid lane, they didn't have that opportunity to be able to protect the Wyvern. We'll see how much of an issue it can be if this hero is not getting his abilities off in the fights.
And that's why you go on the Blink Dagger again, right? Like, you can go the Blink Dagger all you want, but you got to use it correctly. You got to play well back, and oh, they ended up smoking underneath that ward. Gilgir, he scouted it out entirely. He's going to back off.
The net worth lead is completely swung down. Look at that. And we were saying it was 3,000 early on for CYBERCATS, but BetBoom just farmed. They've also taken really strategic fights where they know they have the advantage.
Shigetsu could still do it for his boys, though. Like, he is the one that they need to be playing around. He's got BKB, he's the most farm calm in the game, he's the highest level in the game outside of Lyle. Like, he is able to put his team on his back.
They got a sentry already placed. They are starting to move on top, though, so they got to be pretty fast to get rid of Dahak. Maybe with the damage coming out from H2, it's going to be enough, but again, the avalanche! Oh my, Gilgir again! Down to the south, though, Shigetsu. They don't even get the clockwork as well. He, too, is also able to TP up, man. What an escape from Hellraisers, and they're going to turn it back around. Shigetsu playing with a little bit of bonus health. Coming out for the one. Dahak's going to rejoin the engagement with the teleport of BetBoom. Some really good movements coming out from them. They're going to find 2 heroes, and they're on the prowl for more as well. H2O, random avalanche, Gilgir. No, he's not going to go for it.
Oh, how good was that by Gilgir, though? If he's not there with that triple avalanche, you don't get away on the Nature's Prophet. Just the small things, right? The Sprout giving the lack of vision to be able to get off the Dispose. Went a little bit of a different route. It looks like H2O is going maybe towards a 4-star for himself, but he's going the Blink Dagger queued up after the Fluffy Hat. Obviously doesn't have the Aether Lens, so wasn't able to get the cast range there. Wasn't able to get the Curse off in time. Just so many minuscule things turning that in BetBoom's favor.
The items continuing to be accumulated. Silver's Edge now completed onto Dahak. Lyle is playing with the Yule Scepter defensively now if required. He's got Ag Shard as well for the bonus damage. Noticed is, I think, almost got a BKB. Yep, almost completed that last component. So we are going to be looking at a very scary Aegis timing soon for BetBoom.
So does Igor, though. He's almost been able to pick up that BKB for himself. Still a Ring of Aquila in the base, as well as a Philosopher's Stone, which I'm quite surprised no one's holding on to right now on the CYBERCATS lineup.
What's a Wyvern got? Crappy pig pull.
You need them 4-stars, man. You need to get out of Sprout, you need to get out of Cogs, you need to get away from a Batrider.
Radiant's top tower is under attack.
Yeah, might take a bit too long. until they're able to get that item. So big window here for those defensive items to be able to protect the supports.
Do it with flair.
We really haven't seen CYBERCATS get aggressive in quite some time. It does feel like their lanes,
Radiant's top tower
which is interesting because they have pretty strong heroes to be able to shove the side lanes, but I think the concern is just the fact they have no aggressive wards to play with. Dire have done a really good job at de-warding the map, and with how scary it is, you're going to multiple heroes that can find pickoffs.
He smoked well back, not wanting to be caught out under another potential smoke. Gilgear, though, he's the one sitting on the front lines in his own smoke, trying to catch them out as they walk around to the left-hand side, using Dahak as a little bit of bait
Otis
here.
is in. He's going to be in with the combo. They get the Winter's Curse before Gilgear is going to be able to stop that in. It's tracked, but the damage, it's been dealt. They'll get rid of the Bat Rider. They're going to look to turn to Seneko next, but a force stuff down to the south will make him work for it. But in the end, we see what can happen. Phasor, when it gets the curse off in the middle of the fight, it can be very difficult for BetBoom to target one hero down.
Those tiny little movements, right? Making sure they were playing around the left side of the trees, not wanting to give away their position too easily, and you know, those kills are worth a lot. It wasn't any streaks, but it's going to the right sort of people. The Razor able to pick that one up. I believe that's the Lincoln's completed for himself now as well. So even with that BKB on, you're not going to be able to be focused down first in a lot of these engagements.
And they are getting their farm, even though it is a bit of a deficit here for CYBERCATS. You got Lincoln's completed now for the Razor, or mid lane. Oh, great Yule Scepter. And now Gilgear could look for the toss as soon as notice. Teep is in. Instead, he's going to chuck him directly up in the air.
Dieback.
Yeah, that's a dieback 60 seconds without H2O. Another ward lost as well. Gilgear. Oh, beautiful avalanche, but she gets to. Is that really the target? Lyle's going to be able to break the static link, but down to the right side. Oh, they're crumbling as DK Fogos is going to be in with the combo. The Starbreaker is huge to get rid of two heroes on BetBoom.
Even the curse back up now as well for Wyvern, so you can see Phazor's trying to look for that +1, but playing around the fact that it's nighttime, as well as under the cover of the invisibility was Dahak. Yeah, I agree. It was a little bit of an odd decision to want to get that static link in onto the Zeus. It really does feel like you need that that Ember Spirit there to be able to convert that into something more. But of course, he's got the Yule Scepter as well, so a little bit of that defensive capabilities for Lyle.
Interesting. He's going full stuff as well from Shigetsu. I was thinking, well, Seneco's under a ward at the moment. He's got Dahak to the right. I don't believe the Furin's wanting to reveal his position, though. Seneko... No way. Okay. Eagle with not playing with the Remnants, and now that they've got the Thunder Gods for vision, Seneco's back in. BKB's on cooldown. Remnant... Oh, he's still... okay, he's got one used defensively. He's going to be fine. Phazor's out as well. Very nicely done.
Gilgear looking to try and get the quick pick off. Blink Digger available, but no, won't be able to find him.
Rock it on.
I was thinking before that the Razor might consider going down a Blink just so you can jump in, Blink, BKB, Lincoln's protect you, get on top of the Nature's Prophet and soak away all his damage. Because Furon is very immobile and you hate when people are on top of you, but I don't know if you want to go down that route now with a 4-staff. Of course, the Blink would come out much later on, like 4th, 5th item, but I think even now with him going Hurricane Pike, it might be a bit awkward with the build.
Yeah, maybe. I mean, it really, to me, it feels like they're waiting for this level 20 on the Razor. That extra movement speed that you get from the Storm Surge is just insane. It means that you could potentially also look to sell your boots later on into the game and go like a Swift Blink route, just because it's going to make up for that lack of movement speed.
Sure.
Smoke undetected this time around. Phazor can be the one to reveal it from the trees if he just wants to keep tossing out that Splinter Blast.
Oh,
someone's going to need to do something.
Ward on the high gun.
Radiant's bottom tower
Oh,
is under
he's
attack.
going to be able to scout at this smoke and also...
That's a...
Live to
I
tap
mean,
the
to
tail.
me, that's a little bit of a rookie error, you know? Like, just keeping all of those, 20 Treants hitting into the tower. I think Phazor could have at least launched a Splinter Blast from the trees, because you'd probably expect that he's going to be playing around that area anyway. Oh, they might catch out the Wyvern.
Going to be able to unnoticed. They got Seneko to be able to follow up as well. Meanwhile, top lane though, Gilgear's onto Igor. Who's on to who at the moment? The Solar Guardian to be able to follow up as well. To Hawk, he's gonna be okay under the cover of the invis. Hawk will get some distance away. And the river low. H2O is gonna be able to jump on forward. They're right next to a T1 tower, so the TPs are gonna come out pretty fast. But they don't have a lasso to be able to hold back Shigetsu for the moment. And now Shigetsu, he can charge on forward to Tahak as well with a static link. It's already on cooldown though, so it's going to be relying on the ultimate. But Tahak, once again, they don't have the detection. Just out of range to be able to catch out the Zeus and unnoticed as well. With the flying mobility, he too will escape. So somehow BetBoom only lose the Zeus.
Middle tower is under attack.
Yeah, Marcy was just out of range when she used the dust to be able to connect in onto the Nature's Prophet. That would have been such a huge win if they were able to take out this Nature's Prophet. And well, look at that, he's going into a nullifier. Just really wanting to, I suppose, get rid of the sidekick, be able to get rid of the flame guard as well. Just that constant spell, the Force Staffs. Just make sure that you're able to keep your main target inside of the cogs as much as possible.
Does Nullifier avoid Lincolns? I can't remember.
It's been way too long since I've seen this item, I'll be honest.
Oh
Actually,
my
switching it
god.
up, not going the Hurricane Pike on Shigetsu, going straight into the Refresher. I like it. Just another Lincolns to get through, another 4-staff usage, another BKB. Never a bad option.
No, sir, indeed. We've seen this item be very core on Razors for quite some time, but still, CYBERCATS, they haven't been able to crack the net worth lead. They've stalled out at growing for BetBoom, which is definitely a good sign. But what do we need to see them do to be able to crack this lead? Is there any items we're waiting for? That perfect team fight that you're hoping they can set up somewhere?
I'd say you can't wait for the Refresher on the Razor. It's going to be too long. And Roshan's going to be an immediate respawn as well. So that's a...
DK Focus. Oh no! Love a good Ag Shard.
Was he already spinning? Is that what happened?
He was, but I think he jumped after the second spin. So he jumped when the stun was going to come out, and, well, he got stunned.
Ah, feels bad. What we're waiting for is the Lincolns on the Ember Spirit. It's just going to enable him to feel a lot safer in a lot of these engagements. Even just being caught inside the Sprout is going to become a bigger deal later on. So if you're able to avoid that once NP hits level 20, you just feel so much more confident in being able to zip in and out around these team fights.
Smoke up. They're not going to wait for these items. They don't have the greatest spot to smoke to, though. Bottom's completely shoved out and no one is home. So a bit of an awkward movement coming up from CYBERCATS.
Especially considering that's where DK Focus is playing. Maybe expecting that a move was about to happen in onto him. But, yeah, like you said, not going to result in anything too significant. Level 20 picked up by him, so... maybe that Solar Guardian radius is the way that he wants to go. Nope, never mind. Luminosity attacks. Really wanting to be that right-clicking threat. I suppose his build kind of indicates that as well.
Definitely be someone that scales well into the late game. Could see the potential of the Bash to come out. It's all on Lincolns for the moment on CYBERCATS. They're just getting whatever they want in the farm. We really haven't seen Radiant be able to pierce through the enemy side of the map for quite some time.
I don't think they feel safe doing it until they have this Lincolns, though. Now Igor's got it. So maybe now is where they make that true move. But all the while, lanes are being pushed in. You know, you've got a Zeus, you've got even a Clockwork to be able to assist with it. Of course, Nature's Prophet. BetBoom are fine with waiting a little bit more because, like I was saying before, that level 20 coming up very shortly for the Nature's Prophet.
DK Focus. Oh my lord. Notice it. Can he catch up? A double 4-staff to close the distance. Again, great use of the Starbreaker. That was so awkward. Just a random sticky. I don't know if Notice had some prior knowledge of the Dawnbreaker playing in... oh, Seneko in the river? No, just pump faking the hook shot. Gives him a tip as well.
Alright, Dahak's 20. Dahak's got Nullifier.
Radiant's bottom tower is under attack.
And they're going. BKB on cooldown for DK. Gilgit.
Not a great fortify, though. They didn't see the duration left on the tree, and so it's actually going to be pretty wasted.
Oh my lord! DK Focus! Dude, what are your reactions, good sir? Noticed? I think they passed over to the gem to Gilgit. Beautiful individual plays coming out. As Notice No way this guy doesn't die. All right, he runs back into Eagle. So they will get the kill. Finally, the tower is going to go down as well. That was really cute, though. He handed over the gem as Tiny was looking to evade out from the area.
Really does feel like, though, take this mid tower, go on into Roche. It's up. Such a big objective to be able to secure. A lot of those TPs can still look to come back towards this mid lane. As it starts to get pinged out. BetBoom, they're aware, using the rocket flare to full effect. Loving the fact that he did choose to go for that jetpack route as well on Seneko. He's gone and
it's off.
put the gem into the stash for himself as well.
Eagle?
Dire's middle tower is under attack.
They're going to okay. No Solar Guardian now.
He wanted to kill the tower. He's like, oh, it's just a couple of hits. And then they're like, no, you will not do that.
All right, I wasted my ultimate. I got to get something out of it at least. Let me just get some smacks in.
Does feel like a little bit of a missed opportunity for CYBERCATS, though, doesn't it? You get this big kill onto the Batrider and you don't get anything else out of it. Not even a tier 1 mid.
Good old Furion, man. It's just their side lanes are such an issue. Which, again, it shouldn't be. You have an Ember and a Dawnbreaker. A Wyvern's incredibly good. Like, they have heroes that can deal with the side lanes, but just something seems to be not clicking at the moment with their movements.
I've been able to get some vision up, though. So if BetBoom do decide to head up towards this Roche pit, they're going to end up revealing themselves. Shigetsu, of course, has the Refresher Orb now, so much more potent in a lot of these team fights. Arcane Orb.
Shigetsu's got to be cautious.
Oh, he hooked the creep. Oh, Seneko.
H2O is going to be in.
Big deal.
Batrider's a pretty big kill. If they can bring him down, they're going to be able to do so with ease. The goddamn cog, so Shigetsu, you got to force up, brother. He's going to use it later on. Instead, they'll utilize their curse to cancel Tiny's TP. They need to move this into the pit, though. Oh, lol, okay.
Now, that Arcane Rune's a little bit obnoxious, but well, they're actually going to back off completely. Kind of surprising again. I guess just this massive army coming down bot, but, you know, Ember Spirit with the Maelstrom is going to make pretty quick work of that.
Cloak of Flames as well to be able to help out. They are getting a lot of farm with all the treants. Could the Hog with the leash, maybe? You see the damage? She's got a decent amount of armor. Nimbus gonna come out as well, but now the Hawk might be in some trouble. Solar Guardian gets the +1, the leash once again. The Hawk's gonna go for a TP out and have fun canceling that.
So silly.
What do you mean? Well, it's a cool talent.
Now instead, they're the ones that are going to be able to take this. Yeah, maybe just staying a little bit too long down around that bottom side was Ember. I mean, he had a remnant back up towards the Roche pit, but they're just giving away this Roshan for free.
Refresher's still down. I don't think they can contest this. I think you're going to lose multiple heroes if you go for this.
Mm-hmm. Maybe a Fraser's 25, which he just got, but doesn't feel like it. Full on smoke, but feels like it might be trying to catch one of the stragglers.
Roshan has fallen to the die.
Alright, Age is picked up onto the Hawk. Agshot, it's not going to leave it in the pit again, are you, lads?
Not again.
They did ping it, so...
Dire's middle tower
Gilkir's like, yes, my time has come.
Really?
No. Surely it's bats.
Bats? Dude, that one's horrible.
Bro, everyone else has it. It's either a tiny support or a bat.
I'd rather a
tiny.
tiny.
Do you want?
I'd rather a tiny.
Ugh.
Tiny with no attack speed. Mid lane, Seneko. You take whatever +1 you can get. Did he get it? Did the bat? Oh, dude, you're not right clicking.
Occasionally you are. You're not just a lasso bot.
You're not sure, but you've got other abilities. Dude, notice his right clicking these fights. I swear to God. Oh no.
I think he's like, okay, I'm clutching at straws
Go Witchblade.
because again, maybe, but like you're up against so many Lincolns.
Top lane Eagle might be in some trouble. They're going to have to Hawk nearby as well, but maybe they're just baiting Eagle. Force off out with the curse as well, along with the Solar Guardian. But Tahak, he's only being tickled. We'll turn it back around thanks to the Satanic Life Deal, but Eagle wants to get out. Mimo to the secret shop, though. Shigetsu's able to cancel the Light of Guild Gear. Can Tahak win the man fight? Shigetsu has got the Static Link back up in the arsenal. They're going to take away too much damage for Tahak to be able to trade. They're looking to evade. They don't want to stick around for the respawn, or do they? Buybacks coming out from H2O. They'll instantly turn it back around. It's H2O's got the jump in as well, straight on top of Lala's location. They need to fall up. They need the gap close, and Eagle is there. And perfect timing with the double remnant into the river. Static Link is back up to Shigetsu. They're going to kite the BKB. As soon as it expires, there is a window to jump back in. Patience from CYBERCATS, just waiting for that opportunity. They're giving a lot of respect over to Tahak, but no one feels comfortable to jump onto the Nature's Prophet.
I don't know about that choice to run back underneath the Nimbus after, you know, you're already caught, you got that extra Lightning Bolt mini stun. It was just a little odd, and the dieback ends up being expended for it. Oh, again, it's just these small little things. It was a great curse coming through again to be able to disrupt the initial part of that team fight. But the most important outcome of that was Zeus hitting level 25, AoE Lightning Bolt now. So it's a great way to just dish out even more of that consistent damage in these engagements. Already so much. Wonder if anyone's going to hold on to that telescope on BetBoom's side.
Top lane, Eagle. Considering about TPing it onto the Hawk.
I'd use telescope if I was noticed, for sure. Bro, you buff up your Zeus, you buff up your Tiny, more attack range for Dahak, longer lasso. Like, yeah, the damage is nice, but Zeus does the damage. You don't need to worry about damage at this stage as the Bat Rider.
Wonder if he... Does he feel like he has mana issues? Like, the mini yours is only good for really the chains, right? There's nothing else. I guess the slow from Dawn, but...
I mean, and the Wyvern, it gets rid of that.
Yeah. I don't know if you're holding it this late for 4 mana regen, though.
It's the damage. It does a deceptive amount of damage in team fights.
How much is it? We'll hold that thought.
200.
Got a great high ground ward. Unfortunately, they won't be able to play with it. Seneko. Pump faking the hook shot. They are all grouped up, but... It's only about jumping this deep. Another ward's going to be laid down here from CYBERCATS, but they're going to leave the area.
Honestly, even Dawnbreaker hitting level 25 would be big, though, for CYBERCATS. Double Starbreaker charges, just anything that's going to give you more magic immunity against, like, all of these heroes. Like, they're still so heavily magic reliant right now on BetBoom.
Well, he can kill one hero with Basher and double Starbreaker. Oh, yeah. So, Shigetsu can take one hero out of the fight. You've got DK Fogus that can take one hero out of the fight as well. And then maybe all of a sudden you just multiple members down on BetBoom, and you could have some difficulties now with the overwhelming amount of numbers that CYBERCATS will be playing with.
I honestly wouldn't even hate seeing him build a pipe on someone like the Marcy, for example.
Pipe.
Pretty good, man. 30% magic resist for yourself when you're getting focused down at the start of a lot of these fights. Like, you are the one enabling this Razor a lot of the time.
Where's he gonna get the gold for a pipe, though? He's so...
He's got the Philosopher's Stone just sitting there, just waiting in his backpack. See Guild Gear farming. They saw the Avalanche Rocks. Oof. He'll back off, though, with that Thunder Gods.
Well, let's continue to saw this one out a little bit. Feels like we're going to be waiting on this next Roshan between BetBoom and CYBERCATS. Of course, there is a Nebworth lead continuing to grow for the lads on Dire. For a long time, they've had a lot of the map to play with.
Go to the Satanic next on Shigetsu. I'm not sure how crazy I am about that, just because you've already got Lifesteal from the Marcy. 6-second duration, and you've got the extra 80 attack speed from your level 25 talent. So I kind of feel like that fulfills that role for you. I guess he could sell a Falcon Blade for it, but after that, I really want to see him go into something like that Swift Blink. Sell the boots.
No booter for Giga Chads. Do you know that? You probably wouldn't. You're a crappy support player.
Go on, say it.
Bunch of losers. But every support player in chat is not a loser. Just whoever's name. Gonad.
100% win rate on land, that's all I gotta say.
So cringe. Played against an offlane Crystal Maiden.
And trashed it.
No surprise.
I agree, I am amazing. But, well, we're seeing a bunch of smoke movers. It really feels like if they found someone, it would have been, like, just an additional little bonus. But the main purpose was just getting some of that map control back because they were being suffocated inside their own base. That net worth lead was growing even further. I mean, just in the past, like, what, 5 minutes? It's growing about an extra 5,000. That shouldn't be happening. You're still in a really good spot to be able to make plays around the map as CYBERCATS. They're not out of this by any stretch.
No, they are not, but I'm just struggling to see how they're ever going to get set up for a team fight. It feels like BetBoom are continuing to pull them across the map, and they're just waiting to have someone split where they're ready to go. Like, they're communicating their heads 2-3 steps in advance on what they need to do to get someone split up, and then they can make that attempt. Like, see, DK Fergus is alone right now, and they're going to start to TP down. So there you go. That's that one attempt that you're looking for. And they're going to pounce on the opportunity. Any TP's coming out, any help, no assistance, DK's gone. So that's what you're waiting for. BetBoom finally catch a break where someone's alone. And they got the Nimbus to protect the retreat. A curse, but it's only half duration. The Hawks still in a little bit of trouble at the moment. They need to be able to get the static link. Shigetsu with the force up away, pops a refresher, but the Hawk still, they haven't sold enough damage. Shigetsu won't be able to stand his ground against the Hawk and able to be giving a cooldown. Low, pounces on forward, gets rid of the Razor, and now Gilgi is going to be able to follow up as well as BetBoom. Beautifully done, finally. They get the start they were waiting for. Notice also kills off Igor to the east side as BetBoom can now crack the high ground.
And Notice take about that fight is so different if he doesn't get off that Lotus Orb onto the Nature's Prophet.
Oh, yeah.
It would have just enabled...
Toss back, they've got the Sprout. Uh-oh, what can you do to protect?
Rooted.
He's gone. He is a goner. And that's looking like it's game. BetBoom might be able to send us the distance here. 4 down, all without a buyback. Gilgi's got the Razor as well, as we're going to be going the distance. Jeez, dropped BetBoom. It took him 45 minutes to take this second game, but in the end, they will be able to do it in fine fashion.
Radiant's middle tower has fallen. Victory.
That was more of the BetBoom that I was expecting to see, but we did see a few, let's call it misplays, coming out from BetBoom, right? Like, spells not connecting well together. Ember Spirit, again, just racks up another loss. It really feels like it's a little bit awkward.